Hi everyone, thanks for joining us to watch this session, and it's always a pleasure to welcome you all to our showcase sessions. I hope everyone is safe and in good health. So before we start this week's session, I wanted to wish everyone a happy and prosperous Diwali. It's a festive time in India, and before we have our next session, I wanted to take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy Diwali. Enjoy your Diwali and stay safe. And coming to today's discussion, we are going to showcase not an automation platform as such, but the platform that is used to execute your test cases, automated test cases, in a continuous testing ecosystem as part of your overall DevOps setup. In continuous testing, if you have large number of test cases and you have to execute on multiple configurations of browser, mobile devices, different screen resolutions, you need to have a reliable platform to execute your test cases on different variations of the underlying platform. We are going to talk about such a platform that will make your test execution much faster, more logical, and also cost effective. I do not want to say it would be cheap, but definitely cost effective in a way. If you have large number of infrastructure and you want to have multiple real-time devices, multiple real-time browsers you want to configure on your VMs and execute the same test cases multiple times, definitely the cost should be huge. And testing platforms on cloud, like the one that we are going to discuss about, LambdaTest, will definitely help you in simplifying this problem statement. We'll be exploring more about LambdaTest. We have Mudit from LambdaTest who will take us through the product features and the capabilities. Mudit, welcome to Test Automation Forum's showcase session. Thank you so much for taking time and joining us to talk about your platform. That is going to be definitely very helpful for all our followers and whoever are building solutions in a continuous testing environment. Definitely we need such kind of platform to execute our test cases. So it would be great to have that discussion in the session today. Without taking any more time, Mudit, would you like to tell us something about your responsibilities at LambdaTest and how this journey began? Over to you, Mudit.
Awesome. So first, thanks for inviting me. Thanks for having me over. I really appreciate the opportunity to highlight and showcase about LambdaTest platform. And I hope that anybody who's watching the video will be coming out of it better, learning something new. So to start off, I'm Mudit Singh. I am Director Product and Growth here at LambdaTest. I have been involved with the company since the platform started in 2017. Cool. So to start off, LambdaTest is an online software as a service testing platform. We provide an online infrastructure that will help you both manual and automation testing. You will be able to perform on cloud. We are a scalable ecosystem that will help you bring all your test executions to an online cloud. So what LambdaTest kind of helps out with. So even in 2021, in this age, one of the biggest challenges that comes when it comes related to test automation is related to infrastructure. We need a high performing at scale infrastructure that can help in the overall test execution cycles and in the overall test release as well. Developers are right now kind of get stuck because of late incoming of feedback of their code that they have built up. So it's really important specifically in agile development cycles that developer get the feedback as fast as possible of their whatever activity that they have done, whatever code they have written, and that requires that the testing of the product happens as fast as possible, so that they can get the feedback as fast as possible. And currently, even in test automation, we have advanced a lot in the terms of frameworks, in terms of the technologies that are used in the backend, but infrastructure still remains one of the biggest challenge. The main areas that comes, the main challenges that comes in that infrastructure is, of course, it is high and like very cost intensive to set up, maintain, and scale. So for example, if I want to test my website across all most popular, let's say, mobile devices, so every year Samsung released 17 new devices, Apple released 6 new devices. So to test them all, to test my website across all these devices, I would have to purchase all these. So that's kind of a in like kind of a very big expenditure, expending around $20,000 to $25,000 just for adding new devices. Or an alternative is you can come to LambdaTest. So what we do is we provide an online test cloud where you will be provided access to all the browsers, browser versions, operating systems, and even mobile browsers over which you can perform and scale up your tests. Because we have optimized our platform for high performance, we cut down your test execution by multiple factors. We also provide you multiple devices at the same time to run test on and run test in parallel. That will also cut down your overall test execution time. And the flakiness that comes to in your test because of hardware, that is also reduced, because every time you request a machine from our side, we provide you exact same type of machine that you have requested earlier. There is a complete formatted brand new machine. Again, I will highlight this in the presentation as well, how we reduce the flakiness. So how LambdaTest helps out exactly? So we are a microservice architecture based platform. So that means any scaling up at our platforms happens very fast. In general, we are a scalable infrastructure. That means with the click of a button, you can request more machines and run your test at scale at a bigger infrastructure size. So overall, it helps you identify issues faster. It helps you reduce your time to market by a very a high number, and it helps improve your overall developer productivity. So developers using our infrastructure won't have to wait a lot to get the feedback of their test runs. They will be able to get the feedback very quick, and that really helps them in overall productivity as well. So as I mentioned, we provide 2000 plus different browsers, browser versions, operating system combinations in and our infrastructure. The best part is we integrate with your overall tech stack. So that means you can use any Selenium or JavaScript based testing framework. That is kind of an open source based framework. Yeah, whether you are using WebDriver, Test Cafe, Protractor, TestNG, JUnit, everything is supported at platform. In addition, the platform sits very seamlessly with all the CI/CD platforms. We have integration, direct integration with Jenkins, Circle CI, GitHub, and all of your code will sit in this CI/CD pipelines, and they can get executed at LambdaTest platform directly through CI/CD platforms itself. We have integration with project management tools. Again, so I will highlight how this integration looks like and helps out. But we have integration with nearly every major popular project management tool, Jira, Asana. We have integrations with communication tools as well, Slack. We have a specific app for Microsoft Teams. So the platform is a integrated part of the whole testing and development ecosystem. And we add more integrations every other month to kind of make that ecosystem larger. So to start off with, we have two sets of product line. As I mentioned earlier as well, LambdaTest helps you do in both manual and automation testing. So when it comes to manual side, we have multiple feature sets. One of those, the most important one is called live testing. That is real-time testing cloud, where I will provide you online browsers to run your tests through manual efforts. You will be able to run tests across 2000 different devices. We have native app testing support as well. And you will have integration with all the project management tools that I highlighted. All of this will make your life easy, right? Another set of feature is the automation testing feature. So we are providing an online cloud, a Selenium and JavaScript based cloud, where you will be able to run your Selenium test, Cypress test, Test Cafe, WebDriver, any framework that you are using. You will be execute your current Selenium scripts over the LambdaTest online automation grid. So we provide you all the 2000 plus browsers as I highlighted, and we also allow you to run your tests in parallel. So thereby cutting down your overall test execution time. And the best part is we have, again, availability for headless testing. You can test your locally hosted applications, and there are very lot of features available to help you out in this as well, right? So this is how the LambdaTest platform looks like when you sign up. There's a dashboard, of course. Here will give you an idea how many tests you have run and how many automation sessions you are running. But the core feature is, so I will start off with manual side and quickly go over to the manual testing features, and then I will move on to the automation side, right? So to start off with the manual, this is our core product, that is live interactive testing. So here I'm providing you browser version to test on. So for example, right now I'm using a Windows machine, but if I want to see how my website looks like, let's say on a Safari browser, I may either have to purchase a Mac laptop. The reason Safari is not supported on Windows, or I can come to a LambdaTest platform. Here I can select the Safari browser, select the operating system I want to run my test on, select the version as well, and add in the website and click on start. So what will happen in the backend is I'll be provided a live interactive access to that same particular configuration machine. So this is a real Mac Mini or Mac Pro machine having this particular configuration, that is Safari 14, Mac 11, over which I can perform interactive testing. So that means I will be able to perform any clicks. I'll be able to fill up any forms that there are. For example, there is a form here. I will be able to fill that up, and I can perform complete interactive testing. Right, I can even change the resolution. So it's a very smaller resolution. Let me move on to a larger one, let's say. And not just Safari, right? I have access to all the Chrome versions, all the Firefox versions, Yandex, Opera, and even mobile browsers as well. And you will be able to test them as if you are testing on your local machine. That means you will be provided access to complete inspect element and everything. If you see here, you will have access to complete Chrome versions from 94 beta version all the way till legacy 16, right? Similarly for Firefox, latest beta version, all the way till legacy Firefox 4. So we have all the browsers that you may need to run your testing. And we also have mobile as well. So you will be able to run your test on mobile browsers as well. So coming back to here, the best feature about here is that I want to highlight is our mark as a bug feature. So I earlier highlighted that we have an integration with project management tools. This is where it comes into the picture. You find any issue here, you take a screenshot using mark as a bug feature. You can annotate it and then send it to the project management tool of your choice. So click on mark as a bug. Right now I have integration with Jira. So what it will do is it will directly send a screenshot along with the details to my Jira platform. So I can send it to, let's say, project of my choice, assign it to person of my choice, make it an epic or a story, add a summary. And if there are any custom fields, they would be also populated here, and then I can create an issue. What will happen is, along with this screenshot, along with all the information related to this screenshot, that is on which browser it was taken, which URL was that, which operating system it was taken, all of that thing would be sent to my Jira account. And at the same time, because I have integration, I can do integration with Slack or Microsoft Team. This issue will also go in the Slack or Microsoft Team channel as well. Right. And this is a feature that is available across the board. So not just for real-time testing, but also for automation, for screenshot testing features, everything. And the cool feature about LambdaTest is our out-of-the-box integration for geolocation testing. So if I want to see how my website looks like, let's say on in Argentina. So LambdaTest has geolocation testing features available out of the box, no extra charge. All our competitors have added this feature set as a part of extra charged package, but for us, it's available out of the box free, right? So for example, let me open up a geolocation sensitive website. See, so everything is coming in Spanish right now. So we are, because in Argentina based time zone. So that means everything is in Spanish, hyper localized. So yeah, this is the kind of geolocation based testing you can do at LambdaTest platform as well. Test your website across different browsers, different operating systems, and at the same time at different geographies.
That's a cool feature, Mudit. That's a really cool feature.
Thank you.
And by having your own infrastructure, it would be a very expensive affair, right?
Yeah.
Carefully.
So just this proxy alone, for example, can cost you thousands of dollars per month, right? So we know because we are utilizing it, right? So having this kind of infrastructure, creating, setting it and scaling it up is a big expense. And that's where LambdaTest comes into the picture. We help you cut down your cost for test infrastructure side. Right? And not just infrastructure side, right? Resources cost to maintain and scale up that infrastructure. That is one of the biggest challenges, even for enterprise, right? And that is the reason why companies like Microsoft, companies like Scholastic, these guys are using our platform. So yeah, so these are my core feature set. So I can also record a video of the test. That feature I also have. I can switch over to mobile resolution directly. So let me just open up a mobile quickly and then move on to the automation part. So in mobile, one of the important aspects that I want to highlight is debugging mobile browsers. So right now, even if you have a mobile device in hand and you want to debug your mobile websites, it's usually a big challenge. The reason being, you would have to connect your devices with different tools, install different tools in your desktop to kind of get the feedback of your mobile devices in your desktop. But here we have provided a direct integration with mobile dev tools that will kind of give you a feedback of your mobile web pages directly over at the LambdaTest platform. Right. So right now this is an emulator, but we also have real devices as well. So let me give you an example. This is same as I highlighted in the desktop part. You will be able to interact with the browser. You will be able to fill up any form that there is. You will be also able to take a screenshot, mark it as a bug, send it to your project management. But the additional part about mobile is the integration with the dev tools directly. So with a single click, Chrome inspect element of this particular platform will open up, and that will allow you to debug your Chrome pages or your browser pages directly from here. You won't have to connect your devices or do like 10 different hoops to check your test your browsers on a mobile device size. Here you can do that directly. Right. So for mobile side, this is a cool feature that we have. Again, geolocation testing feature is also available here. You can record a video. You can also rotate the device for mobile part.
Right.
So this was all web testing. We also have an app testing feature. We have recently.
Okay, so before we go to app, a quick question, Mudit. So on the browsers, so like how many versions of browsers are maintained on this platform? Let's say Chrome.
So Chrome, we have latest Chrome 94 beta, that is in a beta version, all the way till Chrome 16. Right, the oldest legacy version 15 that we can find. Similarly for Firefox, we have Firefox 92 latest beta version all the way till Firefox 4. So we have any possible browser version for Chrome and Firefox that is available, you'll be able to find it here. Similarly for Safari, from 14 all the way to 5.1, which was nearly a decade old Safari version, right? Same with Edge. So for Edge, we have Chromium based Edge, as well as the older Edge 18, 17, 16 versions that were created. Internet Explorer, if you guys are still testing on it, we have 11, Internet Explorer 10, all the versions of Internet Explorer as well, right?
Very nice. And when we subscribe, let's say, one test engineer subscribes one user for himself or herself. So for that subscription, he or she will have access to all these versions?
Exactly. So our subscription is not based on the difference between, let's say, browser versions. It's based on how many number of machines you can engage at the same time. So you will get access to, as I said, all the 2000 plus browsers, all the operating systems, all the browser versions. You will have complete access to all these versions and all the mobile as well. So in mobile, we have, let's say, from Samsung, or let's say about iPhone, right? From iPhone, we have latest 12 all the way till legacy iPhone 4S. So you will have access to all of these in a single subscription package.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Mudit.
And when it comes to app testing, right now, again, right now I'm running on emulators and simulators. We are bringing real device very soon. So here you can upload an APK file. and you will be able to test that file across different Samsung or iOS different devices. So let me simply open up the test app that I already uploaded on Samsung Galaxy S21. Cool. So on another best part about our platform is, so people have also asked me this, and this is also a security concern for users, is what will happen to the machine or to the test data that they have that they were using entering in this machine after they have stopped the test. So to assure them, any data, anything that you have added here or installed here, and any cookies that may have been saved in this device, in this browser, they gets automatically deleted. So as a part of our platform, once you stop the execution of a test, we completely erase that machine. Like when we say completely erased, I mean anything that was downloaded, cookies, any installed data, any saved password, even registered, everything is erased, wiped out. And only when it passed through automated tests that, yeah, everything is deleted, it gets assigned to any other user. This also reduces your flakiness, as I mentioned. So what happens is in a machine that you have even right now, due to regular usage of the machine, few technical data gets stored across different places, which kind of conflicts with new tests. So because of that, hardware-based test flakiness happens. But because we kind of erase all of this data, always provide you complete, clean, pristine new machines, this test flakiness does not happen, right? That is another USP of our platform. So yeah, so
That's
this
nice.
is how you
That's
will be
nice.
able to test your, yeah, you will be able to test your mobile apps as well. Again, the dev tools for mobile is also available. So you will get a complete picture of, let me turn off the notification. You will get the complete picture of what is happening inside the application side. You will get complete dev tool logs that you can use to debug your mobile applications as well, right? Again, mark as a bug feature, geolocation testing feature, all of this is available out of the box, and mobile app testing as well. So with that said, we also have more features around web and manual based automation testing, that is visual testing, that will allow you to take screenshot across different browsers, operating system with a single click. But considering we have a little bit less time, I'm going to skip over it. I'll allow you guys to explore it from yourself. If you have any questions around this or want to learn more about this in depth, feel free to reach out to me again. I'll be happy to give you guys one-to-one demo, right? So moving on. So the next core set of features that we have is the what we call automation testing feature. What we are doing is we are providing an online automation testing grid, an online automation testing cloud that will allow you to run your current Selenium or JavaScript based test scripts directly at the LambdaTest platform. This is how the dashboard looks like. Here you will find that everything is organized by a build name and a test name. I will highlight how you can use this feature in your overall test as well. So we are providing a grid. So any Selenium scripts that you have right now as well, they will be able to run at the LamdaTest platform. To start off with, let me showcase how it looks like. So I already have a setup of Selenium scripts. So here you will be able to see that I already have a Selenium script. What it does, it open up a URL, perform few actions on that URL. And once that gets executed, it tears down the page and kind of gives a status that, yeah, everything is, the test is finished, right? So if you have currently running Selenium scripts, no matter which framework or programming language you have, to run those same Selenium scripts at LambdaTest platform, you would have to do three simple changes. One would be that instead of calling a local web driver like a Chrome driver or Firefox driver, we would have to call a remote web driver. This remote web driver has to be pointed towards a hub URL. And to access that hub URL, you need a username and authentication key. So hub URL, username and authentication key, again, as you have to define in your code. All of this you can find here in the LambdaTest dashboard itself. So if you go to LambdaTest dashboard, there is a key icon above here. Clicking on it will give you your username, access key, and the hub URL that you can directly copy paste and add in your current Selenium test scripts. So only these three changes. The third important change is the desired capability object. Now, this is the most important change. This defines which browser version you want to run your test on. And at the same time, it defines the build name and the test name, right? So as I was mentioning, in our dashboard, everything is organized by a build name and a test name. So if you do not define it, we will assign an automatic value to it, but it would be a difficult stuff to track all the test and build name at scale. So we always recommend to define a build name and a test name to kind of find it on the dashboard back. In addition to that, we also have LamdaTest specific features. So all of these features, for example, you can set your network capability as to capture network logs, visual capability as to capture screenshots. But again, I understand to create this code block can be a challenge, specifically syntax side. So what we have done is we have created a desired capability generator utility. This utility will help you create your desired capability for the particular configuration. So if I want to, let's say, run my test on Mac OS at a higher resolution on, let's say, Firefox 89, this tool will automatically create a desired capability object. Let's say if I'm using Java, I can just copy paste this in my code. I can also toggle the advanced features. So if I want networks, I want screenshots, I want to capture console logs as well. All of this I can toggle to this, and the desired capability of generator will create an object for this for me here that I can just copy paste it, right? And not just for Java. If you are using C#, PHP, Ruby, JavaScript, any programming language, you will be able to get capabilities for this. We also support mobile browsers as well. So if you want to run your test across, let's say, Android, latest Galaxy S7 or any Galaxy S7, you will be able to do that. Let's say select the device, select the version as well, you will be able to do that. So now I have my core scripts. I have made all the important changes, added the username, added the driver, and added the desired capability. Next step is simply to run the script, right? So that's it. You do not have to perform any change inside the script code. So let me run this. The first thing you will notice that the test, you will get the feedback of your test in your local IDE as well. So whatever current setup you have, you will be able to see the result of your current setup in the local IDE as well. And at the same time, you will get the result of your test in the LamdaTest dashboard. So at LamdaTest dashboard, here's the test that is being run. You will be able to see the live running of that test. So the test got executed a little bit faster. But again, if the test is of a longer time, you will be able to see the live running of the test like this. And once the test gets executed, you will be able to see complete logs of that test. So that means, as I mentioned, you will be able to see a complete video of the test execution. If there was any issue during the test execution, you will be able to see the exception logs. Any assertion error was there, any error that may have happened during the test execution, you will be able to see that. In addition, you will also get Selenium command log. So this is a feature set of our platform. We automatically takes a screenshot after execution of every Selenium command. So that will really help you in debugging your Selenium code. So you can pinpoint that this was the Selenium command, it broke because of this, and this is a screenshot to give you a proof of this, right? In addition, we also capture complete network logs. So if you want to deep dive into any network issues, any loading time issues, you will be able to do that. We also provide you complete Selenium raw logs as well. So if you want to really do a deep dive into each and every Selenium execution, you will be able to leverage these logs. We also provide you console logs if there was any error in the console, if there was any error in the terminal. So yeah, there was no terminal involved in my tests, that was there. And you will be able to see the complete test execution logs of this. All of this you can download directly, or you can send this to your project management platform. So as I mentioned, Mark is a bug feature kind of integrate across all the feature sets that we have. You can send it to Jira directly from here. So this was, I executed one test at a time. It got executed perfectly within a few minutes. But the best part is running tests in parallel. So I have a Selenium script for this as well. I'm using testng and I'm leveraging testng XML file. Depending upon the framework that you are using, it may change. But the best part is you can parameterize different operating systems, browser versions as per your need. So same test script I'm running across same test script I'm running across different browsers, browser versions, operating system. So how parallel test helps? So right now I have 10 tests that I'm running at the same time in parallel. At LamdaTest platform, these tests, you will find that I am subscribed to 5 parallel sessions. What that means is 5 of those tests will execute at the same time and 5 have been added in the queue. So how that helps? So if I have, let's say 100 tests, each test take a minute to execute. Executing all the 100 tests would have taken 100 minutes. But if I have subscribed to 10 parallel sessions, I can execute 10 tests at the same time. So thereby my overall test execution time will cut down by a factor of 10. So that means whole test cycle that was earlier taking 100 minutes to execute will now get executed within 10 minutes. But similarly, if I had subscribed to, let's say 100 parallel sessions, the whole test execution would have cut down by a factor of 100 and everything would have executed in a 1 minute. So I have cut down my test execution time from 100 minutes to 1 minute just by increasing my parallel sessions, right? So that's how parallel testing helps you. And this is one of the most important things when it comes to scaling up your test execution. Right now you have 10 or 20 tests, but there will day come when you will have, let's say 1,000 parallel tests or 1,000 tests or 10,000 tests. And if you want to execute them, let's say within few minutes or within an hour, in fact, you would need higher parallel sessions. So 10 test threads right now, they got everything got executed, and of course you will get the feedback of each and every test. You will get exception logs if there are, command logs if there are, and you do not necessarily have to subscribe to a higher parallel thread. It's depending upon how much test execution speed you need. So I had 10 test threads that time, so 5 were added in the queue. That means 5 got executed, but 5 were added in the queue. And anytime one test over, another test from the queue is automatically picked up and gets running at the same time. So you can add up to 150 tests in the queue. So if you have, let's say 100 tests, 5 will execute one, 95 would have been added in the queue. Once the test gets executed, you will also be able to download a report of the test. So there is a downloadable report. Clicking here, download report will create a PDF file that you can share with your teammates, with your end users and client, to give a highlight that, yeah, this was the overall test execution. It ran 20 tests, 20 tests were passed. This was the browser coverage. Test on AS was run on Chrome, operating system coverage, and these were all the individual results of the test. This report also contains links to the tests, test logs, and the test videos. You will also have, so next step is to get started with how to get started. So we understand that it may be a little bit difficult aspect without, let's say, proper reference. So we have invested very heavily on our documentation side. You will find, go to LamdaTest here. We have support that you can take help with. In Help Center, there are different guides for each and every programming languages, and at the same time for CI/CD tools. So any CI/CD tool that you are using, we would have a reference library for it. So for example, if you are using Java, we also have a GitHub repository for this that you can directly fork and start using it and get an idea how that works. We also have Git pods that you can directly copy paste and start running your tests. So for example, we have for Java, testng, JUnit. So we have frameworks, we have documentation for nearly all popular frameworks. But if the documentation is not there, that does not mean it is not supported. It just means that we have still creating documentation for it. But if it is using WebDriver in the backend, JavaScript in the backend, it would be executable at the LamdaTest platform. Another thing about our platform is our support. We have one of the fastest industry support. Anytime you face any issue, feel free to reach out to support. There'll be somebody who will be able to help you out. And this is not just L1 L2 support. These would be direct automation engineers who will be there to help you out in any issue that you may be facing. Need help with Java test. Right, so somebody will come connect with you directly. Again, we have very fast response time. This is one of the industry best response time that you can see. So yeah, with that said, these are our core features around the automation part. If there are any questions for me, I'll be happy to help.
Yeah, so the first question, for our this nice discussion is, how do I integrate your platform to my ecosystem?
Awesome. So first of all, there are multiple things that can be integrated. Oh, bad. The first important aspect is that what kind of framework that you guys are using. So when it comes to, let's say, Selenium scripts, currently you can integrate it, take help with the documentation. In your current Selenium scripts, as I mentioned, 3 changes have to be done. If you are using local WebDriver, from local to LambdaTest remote WebDriver, have to define a desired capability object and have to define username and key to access that hub URL. So that is one change. Very easy. If you are, this is directly in the code, and any process that you have set up in right now, it will plug seamlessly. So as I mentioned, any test feedback you will get both in your IDE and at the same time at LambdaTest platform. So we do not mess with your current setup. We just plug and play in your current script setup. So scripts will remain with you, but the execution of those scripts in the browser will happen at the LambdaTest platform. That is one. So it integrates very seamlessly. Another set of integrations is with the project management tools. So
we have one more thing, Mudit. I think I got the answer overall. We are running out of time a bit. And then the subscription that I create, can I kind of, is it a like a named subscription, or it is just a kind of, generic subscription?
So one of the best part about LambdaTest platform is that it is the pricing is based on the number of parallel sessions. That means number of machines you can engage at the same time. So if I'm subscribed to, let's say, live 1 parallel session, I can invite up to 5 users. So I can invite up to 5 team members, but only one of them will be able to test at a same time. But at the same time is simultaneously. But if they want to do, let's say, testing after every hour interval or something, that will be sufficient. If I'm subscribed to 2 parallel sessions, 2 machines can be engaged at the same time. You can invite up to 10 users. Same with automation. You can, let's say, subscribe to 25 parallel sessions. You can add 50 team members. Each of them will be able to run tests, but only 25 of those tests will execute at the same time. Rest would be added in the queue. So it's more dependent upon the number of machines that you want to engage at the same time rather than the number of users, right? So you can invite your team members, manage team here, invite your team members and add it to the platform.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Mudit, thank you so much for your time today, taking time and joining us. This was a nice overview on LambdaTest. Looks like a very cost-effective execution platform to do quick multi-browser testing, multiple testing from multiple geographic locations, as long as your cloud is supporting that, and cost-effective, quick, simplified. We do not need to do a lot of complex, configurations or integrations and things like that. Things are ready. You just need to, plug it in and get going. So exactly. Thank you very much, Mudit, for your time. I really appreciate, and you have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you for having me as well. And everybody have a great day as well.